Hi, friends. I wanted to pop on here because when you're telling a story and it's something, and you're telling a story to somebody, and you get to telling the story, and then you get to laughing, and then it makes you cry, and it's just so funny that you just wanted to share it some more. So that's where I'm come on today. I wanted to do, I know the lighting's kind of dark, but I wanted to get you so you could see the background, the darkness of the clouds, and it's just such a pretty background. So I thought I would turn the camera around and do it this way. But anyway, I was talking with a friend of mine, and we were talking, and then I just felt compelled to share this story with him. And so I felt compelled to share the story with you. And so here it goes. So you know how I was raised in the unchurched. They call it the unchurched. So basically, we didn't go to church when I was a child. The first time I remember going to church, I was 12 years old, and I was scared to death. And but I went, and I kind of took it in, and then I went another time. And that's a whole nother story. But some of the things that I learned there, it's just propelled me on to where I'm at tonight, where I'm at right now. And the birds flopping around there, you can just see them. They're barn swallows, and so there must be a lot of bugs out there. But anyway, so I was telling him the story, and whenever I met this individual, we would talk, and then we would always, it was a business venture, it's a business that we're in, and so we would talk, and we'd always end our conversation with a prayer. And so it got where he was doing the prayer all the time, and eventually he says, would you like to pray as well? And I went like, oh, me? Oh, okay, I don't know. So I would say a few little poetic words, I thought, and then we would end it that way. And so it got where I was so nervous. So I knew when we would have a conversation that we were going to end it in prayer, and that I was going to have to pray too. And so I would write something down. I would try to think of something poetic, and I would write it down. And so, he was hundreds of miles away. And we would have our conversation about the business, and then we'd have a closing prayer, and I'm like reading from my paper. My palms are sweaty, and I'm fumbling my words, and I don't know what to say. And I'm so glad when it's over. And so, that went on and on. And so, have you ever been in those groups, and they say, does somebody want to offer a prayer? And you're in this group, and then, you're holding hands or whatever, and then somebody wants to offer a prayer, and everybody's kind of looking around, and then you're afraid they're going to pick somebody, and they might pick you. And then I would say a little silent prayer to myself, and I'd say, Lord, please don't let them pick me. I don't know what to say. And, this went on for years and years. And, when you'd be at a supper or a meal someplace, and somebody would want to say, can somebody want to offer the prayer? And I would go, please don't pick me. Please don't pick me. And so that's just the funny part of it, because now, I'm in some groups and stuff like that, and we're holding hands, and I'm kind of, they're all holding hands, and they're looking around the room, and then somebody says, does somebody want to offer the prayer? And I'm kind of looking up, and I'm going, is anybody going to do it? I'll do it. I want to do it. And so, I'm just excited now to offer the prayer. And that's what I wanted to come on and say to you. Sometimes you just have to find your voice. Sometimes it's going to take you longer to find that voice, and it is that, whatever the circumstances is that you're able to share. Praying was the hardest part for me. And, I just didn't feel like I was being sincere. I didn't know what to say. I was afraid I might miss something. I might leave something out. What if somebody who has had a crisis in their life, and I knew about it, and I didn't offer the prayer? And then they would say, why didn't they pray about me? And then I would say, oh, it doesn't make any difference. You just speak from your heart. And, and then it just comes out. And so that's what I wanted to say today, is just be open. Be open to conversation. Be open to sharing your story, just like I'm doing right now. And so that's why I wanted to say I came from the church of unchurched, and praying was the hardest part for me to get adapted into my routine. Yeah, I can do it for myself. I can do it when I lay my head down on my pillow. A lot of times I'm falling asleep before I get done with my prayer. But it was so hard to be open. I'm a nurse, and it was so hard for me to be open even with the patient. I could get on that phone, and I could call pastoral care, and I'd say, they need prayers, come quick. But I just didn't feel comfortable offering them. So I just want you to feel comfortable doing that yourself. This is a little different conversation than we're usually having, and so I just felt compelled that I wanted to come on and say, dear Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you that we got up this morning. Thank you that we put our feet on the ground. It is a beautiful day out there. As you can see, the birds are flying and they're getting the little bugs so they're not going to be biting me. And so I'm so thankful that I'm able to come on this technology and to share and that I'm on a path that the Lord is putting me on. And I know you are on one too. It may not seem like it right now. The Lord plants the seeds, and they may not grow for you right now, but they are growing. And so just be aware of that. That the Lord puts us on the path. It may take us days, hours, years to be able to see that circumstances that happened in the past is where we're supposed to be right now. And so I just want to say, just give thanks. Just give thanks for every day, and that you're able to shine your light onto others, and just be happy. You all have an awesome weekend.